Hello everyone, today our group will be presenting Unified International Business Finance. Okay, so go to listen.
Payment method. A payment method refers to the various options available for customers to make payment when purchasing a product or service. Commonly accepted payment method include cash, credit card, debit card, gift card, and mobile payment. Different type of payment method by card. 1. Debit card. A debit card is connected to a cardholder bank account and gives them access to directly accept any fund within that account. If a customer tries to pay with their debit card or without money via a cash machine, they will only be able to if there is sufficient money in their account. There are three main types of debit card. 1. Visa. 2. MasterCard. 3. Maestro. 2. Credit card. Credit cards are used the same way as debit card, but the key difference is that consumers are paying with money. They will have to pay back at a later date. The three most common credit card issuers are 1. Visa. 2. MasterCard. 3. American Express. 3. Prepaid card. Prepaid cards are another alternative to carrying cash. They are similar to debit and credit card in that they are be used for online and in-store payment via chip and PIN and contactless. 4. Contactless. Most plastic cards used today are eligible to be used for making contactless payment, which is a method of payment that doesn't require the cardholder to enter their private PIN code when making a payment. Card machine with contactless technology can read the card payment information from a close distance. By phone. 1. Digital wallet. Digital wallet or e-wallet are applications that store payment card information on a smartphone or valuable mobile device. This accessory turns their phone or device into a wallet and give it the capability of a contactless card, allowing them to make contactless payment with compatible card reader. 2. Phone payment. People can also give their card details out while on the phone to make a payment, which for you is a great way to accept payment from afar. 3. Cash. Cash has been around for thousands of years and is one of the earliest recorded forms of currency. Despite its long history, cash has become less and less used with the rise of newer and more innovative methods of payment. In our finding, cash was only the third most preferred way of paying 17%, overtaken by contactless and mobile wallets.
2. Open account. An open account transaction is a sale where the goods are shipped and delivered before payment is due, which in international sales is typically in 30, 60, or 90 days. Obviously, this one of the most advanced options to the importer in terms of cash flow and cost, but is a consequently one of the highest risk options for an exporter. 3. Cash in advance. With cash in advance payment terms, an exporter can avoid credit risk because payment is received before the ownership of the goods is transferred. For international sales, wire transfer and credit card are the most commonly used cash in advance options available to exporters. With the advancement of the internet, escrow service are becoming another cash in advance options for small export transactions. 4. Documentary collections. Documentary collection is a transaction whereby the exporter enters the collections of the payment for a sale through its bank remittance bank, which send the documentary that its buyer needs to the importer's bank, collecting bank with instructions to release the documents to the buyer for a payment. 5. Documentary collection process. Documentary collection is procedure by which the exporter's bank receives funds from the importer's bank in exchange for documentation tracking the shipped goods. Is a trade transaction in which exporter authorizes their bank to serve as collection agents for the payment of goods shipped to the purchaser. 6. Negotiable instruments. Type of negotiable instruments. 1. Promissory notes. A promissory note refers to a written promise to its holder by an entity or an individual to pay a certain sum of money by a pre-decided date. In other words, promissory notes show the amount which someone owes to you or you owe to someone together with the interest rate and also the date of payment. For example, A purchased from B 1,000 worth of goods. In case A is not able to pay for the purchases in cash or doesn't want to do so, he could give B a promissory note. It is promised to pay B either on a specified date or on demand. 2. Bill of exchange. Bill of exchange refers to a legally binding written document which instructs a party to pay a predetermined sum of money to the second another party. Some of bills might state that money is due on a specified date in the future, or they might state that the payment is due on demand. 3. Check. A check refers to an instrument in writing which contains an unconditional order addressed to a banker and a signed by a person who has deposited his money with the banker. This order requires the banker to pay a certain sums of money on demand only to the bearer of check, person holding the check, or to any other person who is specifically to be paid as per instructions given.
Function of negotiable instrument. Negotiable instruments serve several important functions in finance transactions. Some of the main functions of negotiable instrument includes 1. Transfer value. Negotiable instruments are used as a means of transferring value from one party to another. For example, a check is a written order to a bank to pay a specified sum of money to a designated person or entity, and a promissory note is a written promise to pay a specified sum of money at a specified time or on demand. 2. Credit instrument. Negotiable instrument can be used as credit instrument, meaning that they can be used to borrow or lend money. For example, a promissory note can be used to borrow money for a return, and a lease can be used to pay for goods or service before the payment is due. 3. Payment instrument. Negotiable instrument can be used as payment instrument, allowing parties to pay for goods and service without having to exchange physical currency. 4. Investment instrument. Negotiable instrument can also be bought and sold in financial market, making them a popular investment option. Type of legal instrument. Arrangement document that represent a legal promise or commitment to pay a specified sum of money to a designated person or entity. There is used in financial transaction as a way to transfer value from one party to another. Some common types of negotiable instruments include check, draft, promissory notes, and bill of exchange. draft and check order to play. A check is a payment instrument that allows an individual or business to settle transaction. The person who makes the payment and writes the check is called the drawer of the check. The person who receives the check and cashes it to obtain funds is called the payee. A bank draft is a payment instrument that is issued by the bank at the request of the payer. The drawer is the bank writing out the bank draft. The drawee is the bank customer who is requiring the draft to make a payment, and the payee is the party that receives payment. A bank draft does not require a signature and therefore may be open to force. Draft or bill of exchange. Bill of exchange primarily tab. A bill of exchange, a short-term negotiable instrument, is a shy, unconditional, written order binding one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party on demand or as a settlement date. What is a bill of exchange? A bill of exchange is writing order used primarily in international trade that bind one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party on demand or at a settlement date. Bill of exchange are similar to check and promissory notes. They can be done by individual or bank and are generally transferable by instrument. Sing rate and time rate. Sing rate with time rate. A time rate is another type of rate used in international trade. Time rate is a form of payment that is presented by as easily bank but is not payable in full unless a specified amount of time after it is received and accepted. Many international trade transactions use rate as a way to indicate the term of payment for cheap goods. A time rate allows the importer time to pay for the good, except for the exporter with a fixed date. At a reshoot, the key difference between a time rate and a swing rate is that swing rate requires an immediate payment, while time rate allows the importer to pay at a later date.
The origin of bill of exchange. The bill of exchange originates as a method of setting account international trade. Arab merchants used a similar instrument as early as the 8th century and the bill in its present form as trade was used during the 30th century among the Lombard of modern Italy who carried on conception for right commerce. Because merchants, the buyer usually retire their assets in bank in a number of altering status a shipper of goods. The seller could obtain imported payment from a banker by presenting a bill of exchange signed by the buyer. Documentary draft and process of the bank collection. Documentary collection process. The seller submits a collection order to his or her bank. The selling bank then submits the collection order to the bank of the buyer. The buyer a bank presents a presentation document to the buyer, who then must make a payment through exception to his or her bank. The banker acceptance on draft. A banker acceptance requires the bank to pay to holder asset amount of money on asset that pays a month commonly ensued 90 days before the date of not only but can more and only later that from 1 to 190 days. There are typically include a multiple of 100,000 years are included at a discount to their face value. The use of time draft and acceptance. Time draft is a type of payment document whereby a buyer accept cheaper goods and agree to pay the seller at a separate future that is tied for short-term credit used to fund international transaction. A time draft is also a guaranteed payment to the seller by an insurance bank. Returning and speaking in international. Returning and speaking meaning returning refers to the ability to read word and comprehend communication, while speaking in the ability to communicate in such stronger role or right language.
Hello, my name is Tanisata Kholu. You can call me Tenglo.
My name is Sirinya Jenjin.
Hi, I'm Thieda Punvutikul. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Anita Mangchan.
Everything gets in the way.